Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Isabelle. This is a knitting channel, a YouTube knitting channel. I am in France. I have 3 sons. I have 3 cats. Some say it's related. And I'm bringing you several series in this channel, my knitting adventures, such as today, that are on a regular format, what I'm working on, what I have finished and everything, my acquisitions maybe. The Woolly News also, another series, what has caught my attention for 2 weeks. I post the Woolly News about every other week, and my knitting adventure is about every other week too. And I have a 3rd series about my yarn, no by year. All of them are in specific playlists down below. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe to my channel so that you get notified whenever I post a video, and stay tuned. Okay, so today is a very difficult day for me. I'm gonna film the video anyway. My father is in the hospital, and I've been this is the 3rd time I'm starting this over. So he was in the hospital last night. My parents live a half-hour drive from me, so I just had news that he's undergoing some examinations, but and tests. He's 88. He has many different conditions, diabetes. He's been amputated and everything. So it's not very good, and I'm not in a very easy mental place. But anyway, I had decided I was going to film the video today about my knitting adventures. I will, I think I will have enough time to edit it before I post it on Friday. I usually post every Fridays afternoon for my European Paris time. If you have no video next week, you'll know that, I'm gonna be busy and dedicating my time to my family and my mother, who is very worried, and, she needs me. I think I have a lot of teaching this week, so I'm gonna teach and maybe leave on Friday afternoon. I have I don't think I have anything on Friday afternoon, and go see her and maybe see him at the hospital if they allow us to see him. For now, he's not allowed any visits. Okay, so my knitting adventures. I have no finished objects. I'm wearing my chunky Fishbone sweater that I knitted with this beautiful, what she called Donegal yarn, that I bought last summer in the Pyrenees in a mill. So it's not a wool that is made. The mill is not working any longer, so she took over the mill after her father retired. But she just sells yarn. It's not working anymore as a mill. So she said it was from Ireland. If I go back next summer, I will ask her precisely where she's getting it, because I had no more information. Okay, so this is my Fishbone chunky sweater that I love very much. It's very gloomy. There is a lot of fog today. It's cold, so we can get some comfort from our knits. Good. So what have I been working on? What are my whips? I'm gonna start with one you have already seen, but it was in its very early stages. I think I'm on the 6th ball, and I'm close to the end of the first part, of course, because I will have the other part. This is my half and half wrap from Pearl Soho. So I'm still, okay, can you wait? Thank you. I'm still I'm still gonna enter it for the hashtag that Khadijat had running last year, and so that they see it. But anyway, so you may recall I had quite a story with that yarn. This is so this is one the side. It's getting quite big, and this is all I have left to wrap for to get to the next color, and everything is bunched up. Is, you know, all I can spread it out. My cable is not long enough on this. I've done most of it. So there is quite a story with that Dererum Natura yarn that I waited for over a year. So this is the Iroise colorway. Iroise is the sea that you can see at the western part of Bretagne in France, and it's with this kind of colors when the sky is blue, very greenish blue and very nice, you know, seaside. And I'm gonna pair it with sky blue color, but a soft one. I've already shown. I forgot to bring in the colorway, but anyway, I think you're gonna see it next time if I have enough time to knit. And I have to say, for the last week, my father's condition was not good. I have been knitting a lot on this shawl because it's giving me very much comfort. It's an easy knit. You just knit and knit and knit in garter stitch. I don't mind purling. I like purling. I throw my yarn, but I don't move my hand. I don't drop my needles. I'm going to show you because I've seen many people showing how they throw. I do not do that at all. I wrap my yarn around my pinky. I place it over my index, and I do that. I may have to stop. I'm lifting up so that you can see, but you know, my hands, only my finger moves. And if I want to purl, I just place the yarn in the front of the needle and I purl. So I don't mind purling. Anyway, this is a very comforting knit. I don't have to look at it. I don't have to think about it. My hands just can do their thing on their own, and my mind wanders, or you know, I stay focused on my hands. But it's a very easy and comforting knit that I did not think I was going to use that way. But anyway, I think I'm gonna love it very much. Very jewel toned colors that I like. So yeah, so there's that, the half and half wrap. Next work in progress you haven't seen it already. I've published a couple pictures on Instagram. It's my Zenzi pullover. So there is also a story about that, because after I finished my yellow mohair Lorenzen sweater, I wanted to knit the Chubasco sweater. But several weeks ago, Marie-Amélie from Marie-Amélie Designs, she's Marmalade on Instagram and I think on Ravelry too, said she was going to stop designing for personal and health reasons. And she made all the patterns free on Ravelry. I've already talked about that. And one of her friends started a hashtag on Instagram to thank her. And she can follow the hashtags and see all the people who are knitting her designs. So I've already knitted the Galan sweater. I've already knitted the Silata scarves for my sons for this Christmas. And I had the Zenzi pullover in my queue, in my wish list a sweater that I was going to knit, but I did not know when, because I had yarn for that and I had already decided on the yarn, but I wanted the Chubasco sweater more than I wanted this one. But anyway, I did not want, after the hashtag went live, to delay, you know, for another maybe 5 or 6 months, so that I can, you know, knit the sweater and move to another one. So I decided to cast it on now, even though I had no intention to knit it right now. So here is, I should have placed that on my cords. Here is the yoke. I have, it's all cramped up, but I place a picture of the floats and of the yoke flat, laying flat with on a cord. So this is the Zenzi sweater. Maybe you will need to see it that way. Oh, I've lost my stitch marker. It's okay. I'll get it afterwards. So this is the motif, the pattern, and so the yarn is this blue, royal blue yarn is mohair from the mohair from Paulin in the Pyrenees, but this is a mohair that is not brushed, so the fluff doesn't come out, and it has it's a rougher, quite a rough yarn, and with a very good stitch definition. You can see it here maybe. And the golden one, I have 4 skeins, and this is all I have left from the first skein, so I have plenty. And I'm done with the color work for now. Is from Laine Paysanne. It's a collaboration they did this summer with Hall. That is a concept store in Paris, and they dyed their yarn in several natural dyes in natural colors of browns, and this one they call it brun doré, but it looks more like golden yellow to me. It's a bit of a yellow, a bit a murky yellow. There are some greener undertones than browns or ochre, but anyway, I liked the idea of the association of the two, and so I did, and I'm losing my stitches here, and I think this one goes here anyway. And so when I knit, it's on a small cable, and I spread my stitches on the right needle a lot, so that the floats don't tighten the yoke. And I can put it flat. I've tried it on myself with the cord, and it fits okay around my shoulders for now. So I have still a lot of knitting to do before I get to separating for the arm, for the sleeves, for the armholes. But this is now gonna be only blue stockinette. So I think it's gonna be, for some, body and sleeve island that can be bothering or boring. But for now, to me, that I just finished that part that was a bit, you know, I had to follow everywhere what I was doing. Having a mindless knitting is quite what I need for now. Okay, so that's my second whip. I sort of feel comfortable with one sweater and one accessory, and one more difficult and one more easy, whichever one it is, but for the difficulty. I think I need an easy one all the time, so that I can knit without much thinking of it, and with enjoying my knit, my mindless knit. And I need one a bit more complicated from time to time, where I need to be mindful of my knitting and I can't think about other things. But for now I need something easy to knit. And I think for both of these projects, now I'm on an easy part. Okay, I still have my wrist warmers in my car. I still haven't worked on them. So I have decided that, but I forgot every time I come back home in the car to bring them here so that I can work on them other than waiting for my kids in the car, because my eldest son is back at home for several reasons. He's waiting on being hired on a permanent basis from the company he works for as a lawyer, but for now he's not, so he did not want to go in. Her apartment lease was was finished at the end of December. And as he's working from home 3 days per week, he went back home here to have good internet and a quiet place so that he can work. So I'm not sure I recall why I was talking about that, but anyway, yes, I do from time to time driving around, because we are a bit away from the city, and but I don't have much time to wait for him in the car, not as much as when they were little. So I will bring my wrist warmers, Rosa at the Ball, back up at home so that I can work on them. Okay, so that's it for what I'm working on. I think I don't have any more thing, and my cats are playing with the stitch marker that was on the floor. I don't know if you can hear them. Now I have an acquisition. You may remember last week or 2 weeks ago I talked about this book, A Small History of the World According to Sheep. I'm reading it, but I have to say that I don't have much mental space for now, so I kind of stopped reading about it. I need some mindless reading too, and this one, it's not a difficult read at all, not at all. It's an enjoyable story, but I don't want to read and don't remember what I read. So for now I'm leaving it, and I read a sentence or a paragraph or a page here and there, but that's it. So so far I'm enjoying it very much. I like this idea to describe the humanity story with the relationship with the sheep. So this one I got because I was frustrated that Stephen West's painting shawl book was out of stock whenever the preprints and the pre-sales were closed. Whenever I looked for it. But last weekend they I think it was, I'm not sure it was on their Instagram or on their mailing list. I saw that. I think it was on their Instagram. They said they were having a few copies up on their website. So as we were in February, I decided, even if it was the very early days of February, I decided this is going to be my February buy. And I placed the order. I'm still waiting on any news for it to be shipped or anything, but the order has been confirmed. Okay, 5 minutes, please. So I thought a bit, what am I gonna do? I already bought another book because I was feeling frustrated. This one was not available. I really wanted it. What am I gonna do now it's being available? Part of the decision was something that Frank Klein, I think it's Frank Klein, I hope I'm not mispronouncing your first name. She commented on my video and she triggered some kind of thinking, more thoughts about that. And she said that I should be gentle with myself. This is something that is extremely difficult for me. I'm sure it's this way for other people too. It's not difficult for me to be gentle and take care of other people. I've done that very often, but okay. So I am gonna take care of my second cat, Onyx, the black one, and I'm gonna let him out because he really wants me to. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, he's out. And I did get the little stitch marker in the light. Okay, that was on the floor. It's a little sweater. I'm not sure you see everything because it's okay with the lights. It's shining. Good. So Franklin said I should be gentle on myself, and it's something that is a bit difficult, and maybe you can relate to, because I know many women who are around my age, and when we talk about that, it's also very difficult for them. We have not been raised that way, and even though I've worked on myself for a long time, I know it's one of the points I haven't been able to solve. So, impulse buy is also a way that I'm not gentle on myself. I'm not. And then at some point I am over the board with being gentle to myself, and I'm buying things. And it's not appropriate. I mean, it's okay to buy things for yourself, but when you think about them and when it's a conscious decision. So with all that in mind, I thought for, a couple hours, what am I going to do? And I really wanted the book. I want it because I have several of Stephen West's books. I'm sort of collecting them. That's okay. And there are a couple trolls that I like. And do I have stash yarn for them? No, but maybe I will at some point get yarn to knit them, and that will be making me happy. So I bought the book. I ordered the book, and that makes me very, very happy. There is another person, and I'm sorry I did not prompt the page up. There is another person who commented, so I'm gonna get to the comment part right now. Wild Cottage Ireland, I'm not sure who you are. Anyway, she or he suggested I look around in local yarn shops that have online shops, if they would, after she did not know Stephen and Penelope had put up additional copies on their website, and I had ordered it. So she suggested that some local yarn shop would be able to carry them and sell them, and that's a good idea. I have to say, I had looked around the usual shops I'm used to shop. I have accounts, online accounts, and I used to shop there. None of them was carrying it, but I did not do an extensive search, and I was sort of thinking some shops would carry it, but I did not find any. So maybe there were no shops in France. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're gonna be commenting down below that there are shops in France that are offering the book. But anyway, there was one in Ireland where she ordered a copy from. And Ireland is in the European community market in the Eurozone and market. So in France I can order from Ireland without having huge taxes, and of course you pay for shipping, that's normal, and of course the carbon footprint would not be very nice, but ordering from Northern Europe or ordering from Ireland, it's a bit the same. So I was ready. I would have bought it from there, where she or he recommended me to get it from, if I had not found it on Stephen and Penelope's website. So this is something you have to keep in mind. Sometimes local yarn shops can have books, and I looked, but this had sort of slipped out of my mind. Anyway, all is good now. It's gonna be mine. It's gonna be mine at some point. It's gonna come home in my home at some point, and I will enjoy reading it, looking at it, and I think it will bring me joy to have it. Okay, so I think it's gonna be it for today. I think this is all I had on my list to talk about. It's about half an hour. It's a bit shorter, but I'm quite sorry. I'm not. My mental space is not free for videos for now. And okay, I hope you will be able to bring happiness into your life. The way talking about my knitting projects and acquisitions and books brought me happiness for half hour, because it's not gonna come all by itself. You have to actively work on it and bring it to your life. And I hope your knitting is gonna also bring you much happiness. And if you don't see me next week, you'll know why. And if not, I will see you in a week. And in the meantime, happy knitting. Thank you for watching.